Well, after me being incredibly lazy and Brandon doing Brandon things, I finally managed to get Tenka complete. And she came out quite nicely. Especially considering this model when it was initially made. I'm pretty certain the person originally made it, because I don't know who actually made it, never intended for this to become a full-size figure and whatnot. Now I did try to make it to where she can hold the sword, and I did build a second version of it. But as you can tell, I added a little piece here because even with this sword being as light as it is still too much weight for the superstructure to handle, and I can risk completely destroying all my hard work if I let the sword freestand and whatnot. So I added a little standee. Now obviously I do plan on spray painting this some form of matte black, and same thing with the handle too, because the handle is supposed to be matte black also. But it's getting fall and it's getting fairly cold outside, so it's getting a lot more harder to pinpoint when I can actually go out and actually spray paint and whatnot. And also the reason I'm not actually recording this outside is because, well, the sun's going down and it's also windy, so yeah, so I don't feel like dealing with that. But like I said, she is fully complete now, and I really don't know what else to talk about her, and well, just show her around and whatnot. The one part that I was very worried about when it came to finishing her off was the hair though. And that's because if I remove these little pieces here, we got this nice big old piece of paper that's just very, very heavy. And with the way the hair was actually designed, whenever her head was on the body, it would actually tilt her back slightly. So to resolve the issue from her superstructure collapsing, I went and added in these little pieces here to the ankle, and this is more than enough to help maintain the superstructure. And when the ankles go back, it puts the force onto this and then onto these right here, that way so all the forces aren't being put onto the ankles. And it seems like for the most part that is all doing its job, and I have yet to have really any issue. But then again, I've only had her built now for like a day or two. But overall, she came out just fine. Again, though, I'm going to be very cautious with her because, well, with the way she's designed, again, especially like I said, her hair and whatnot, there's a lot of weight on the superstructure, constantly wanting to tilt her backwards. And I don't know if the superstructure I have can actually handle it because of, well, we all know Biden and how he fucked up the economy and whatnot. I wasn't able to get my normal stuff like the normal card stock, because I had to get some card stock from Amazon to finish up the hair and the sword. And the internal superstructure is actually using some popsicle sticks from Amazon. Luckily the feet and legs are using the normal popsicle sticks I usually get from Walmart, which are these guys here. And these particular popsicle sticks are a lot more robust than the Amazon ones. And the Amazon ones are basically from about here or so up. So when it comes to her superstructure and how long she can last, I legitimately don't know. Hence why when I actually move around and whatnot, this sword is not going to be attached at all. The only reason why I have it attached in the first place is because I want to show her off in the complete form, and also I'll be having her outside my house on Halloween if it's not windy / raining, obviously. Because I am still very much impressed with how well she came out. She's very beautiful. But I really don't know what else to talk about. Oh yeah, I can actually show you how she pops apart. Obviously her head pops off. Let's see. Moving the sword is a massive pain in the ass. How can I record this? Give me a second. Alright, hopefully I've got a solution to where you can kind of see how I move the sword. Just got to angle the camera so it doesn't fall off. So to remove the sword, it starts by popping off the hilt right here. It's just a friction fit, which if you can see where it is, it's just a friction fit. The sword itself is also a friction fit too. So I gotta remove the little piece that helps hold the sword up. And then I gotta somehow twist the sword out of its out of the PVC pipe without completely deforming the superstructure. And of course, removing the sword is a lot more easier than putting the sword back into its slot. Let's see if I can show you how much of a pain in the ass it is. And of course here it gets stuck. The duct tape I'm using to add a little bit of thickness to the wooden dowel right here is rubbing up against the inside of the PVC pipe. Now most likely what I'm going to do later on is on the end right here, I'm just going to drill a through hole, and I'm just going to use something like a metal rod or something that I can use just to crank this all the way in. That way so I'm not constantly putting force on the superstructure like I am right now, because I really don't have that much of a way to force it because I'm a weak ass. So I gotta constantly fight it to get it into the stinking PVC pipe. And as you can tell, with my weak ass, and again, me not wanting to destroy the superstructure, it's a massive pain in the ass, and getting this sword attached is at least 5 minutes of constant grunting and cussing. So that's why whenever I actually do anything with her, I tend to actually remove the sword, because this thing is such a massive pain in the ass to get in and out and whatnot. Again, though, most likely the easiest solution is just, again, drill a through hole and then use something like a metal coat hanger or something. Use that as a handle to allow me to just wrench it into the PVC pipe. But I'm not going to do that right now. And of course, the last part that pops off, other than the sword, is the upper chest. And this is how I designed the connection point. These little pieces right here, stopping this from tilting side to side. And of course I have a little, I forget what these are called, I actually don't have a proper name for them, but they just lie into this little hole, into this PVC pipe here, and I have this little stopper right there to stop it from going too far in. And I have these little cambered pieces here, that way so when I attach both sections, it kind of looks like it melds right together. But you can still somewhat see the connection area. But if I didn't attach those little pieces there like I did, it will be even more noticeable than it already is. Now when it comes to the skirt, I did try my best to make it to where it is removable. And of course, the stupid coffee thing just has to go off if I'm recording a video. Like I was trying to say. I did try and make it so the skirt can be removable, but unfortunately due to the way this model is designed and I didn't think of it ahead of time, I just had to basically hot glue the skirt to the actual body itself. But when it comes to the actual legs and whatnot, I don't think they're going to give me any other issue. And of course, here's the internal superstructure for the feet if anyone's interested. So again, when it comes to Tanka here, Tanka and whatnot, this one was, and when it comes to it, it's actually kind of a little more simpler while also being a bit more complex in areas, but I don't know. Again, when it comes to these done videos, these are unscripted, so I really have no idea how to properly explain explain what I do. I just in the end just show the complete finished product. And hopefully this year on Halloween I can actually have my stuff out. The reason why I haven't had anything out recently for Halloween is because it's been raining every single year, unfortunately. And I would like to have all my stuff out. Well, actually, I was able to put stuff out last year, but as we all know what happened last year, that was impossible, unfortunately. But like I said, when it comes to Tenka, she's finally complete. So I'm going to now put her back in my room and figure out what I'm going to do with the sword, because again, I'm not going to have her holding the sword in my room because my room's very small. Oh yeah, I almost completely forgot. Like 6-something years ago, I made a Tanka without even knowing she had a name. This one's old too. You can tell by all the dust that's collected over the years. She just sits there on my father's old record table. And she's literally part of the actual house when it comes to the aesthetics now and whatnot. She's been sitting there for so long. I go by her most of the time and just completely forget that she's even there in the first place. But she's been sitting there for, like I said, like 5-6 years now at this point, and she's going to continue sitting there. Obviously, I do want to de-dust her, but I want to do that outside. And it's currently nighttime, so I'll probably de-dust her tomorrow. And this is where I actually managed to store her for now. I would like to keep her in the closet because she'll be safer in there, but as of right now, I really can't see how I can fit her in there with everyone else because that closet is pretty full. I managed to jam her sword in there for storage and whatnot, but I don't think I can actually put her in the closet. I would like to get out of my parents' house, but as of right now, the way Biden's running the economy, it wouldn't be a smart move. So unfortunately, I'm forced to stay with my parents for probably another 4 fucking years. Go Brandon.